Fallout New Vegas has many locations that we don't get to run into on a standard challenge run. Oftentimes, if the location doesn't offer much experience or have a unique weapon, it is forgotten about, leaving its lore only covered by gamers who lust for knowledge. Today, however, we're not only going to be exploring the dark holes in New Vegas, but uncover their secrets buried deep within. For those of you looking forward to my usual challenge runs, just know that I have implemented a few mods and rules that keeps things a little bit more interesting than your standard playthrough. If all that sounds interesting, throw on your thigh highs, because we're about to explore all the vaults in Fallout New Vegas. One of the mods that I decided to utilize this run was Alternative Start, because it allows us to roleplay a little bit more than usual. Before we take a look at what backstory I ended up going with, let's take a look at our special stats. I ended up going with a high endurance and luck as usual, while keeping charisma a dumb stat. Taking a look at the terminal, I named myself Dinkleberry before selecting my tank skills. I went with energy weapons, science, and repair for some easy early game experience, and more damage with laser and plasma weapons, the only weapons I'm allowing myself to use for this run. Working my way through the terminal, I end up selecting my weapon proficiency as rifles and my traits as Logan Loophole and Skilled. Now for the real meat and potatoes. One of the coolest parts about the Alternative Start mod is the fact that you can choose your history, and for this run we're going with the Brotherhood of Steel Knight. By selecting this backstory, we can end up increasing our strength and energy weapons while giving ourselves the ability to wear and start with power armor. Taking a step out in the Mojave, I find myself with a 188, arguably one of the best spots you can start in. I did attempt to wear the power armor at the start here, but I quickly realized that maybe wearing Brotherhood apparel next to a bunch of NCR might not be the way to go. After grabbing Veronica and selling a few pieces of gear that I didn't need, I took a look at the map and decided to start pushing north to get a unique plasma rifle. Oh my god, they're all so adorable! He literally looks like an ice cream guy. Oh, hi. My, what large eye you have. I love Fallout New Vegas. I'm literally getting probed right now. Ah, yes, a jar of semen. Sounds like a dying whale in here. Sweet, security guard.
Please complete employee registration with security.
Okay, so I think just because we had that key card, we're good on this level. Okay, so we're gonna add our facial data to the second floor, so we're good on the second floor.
Hello, Mrs. Millet. I hope you.
Well, that was fast. We're gonna use that almost immediately. Ice cream, the only correct answer.
Thank you, sir. Have a nice day.
Grab the holotape here. Got T51 on Veronica now. She also looks amazing in it. Snag up all the ammo here. And we'll grab the Q35 Matter Modulator, one of the best energy weapons in the game. After getting a decent start with weapons and armor, I start heading towards the north to do a little bit of killing. Eventually, I came across several Jackal gang members and dispatched of them using the laser rifle and Q35. Increased wasteland spawns definitely made this a little bit more challenging, but it was fun to see how much damage that the energy weapons could deal. Obviously, they're more than capable, but there are still quite a few improvements that we can make to our loadout, including getting a unique Gauss rifle. Why is this guy so fucking beefy for no reason? Let me go ahead and just charge somebody in full power armor. Alright, so here's the mercenaries. Let's take them out. That Gauss rifle might fuck us up. Oh my lord, that looks so sexy. Yeah, this is gonna be good. After messing around with my new toy, I make my way towards Nellis, where Veronica and I take shelter behind one of the damaged buildings before learning what we could do to help out the boomers. You are what you eat? Does that mean I'm cum? Veronica, just go punch them all. See what happens.
Busted.
I think Veronica is the love of my life. She just said busted. That's my line. God damn it, Veronica. After repairing the solar arrays and turning the quest back into loyal, I take the long way to the bay to raise the bomber. What?
Hello there. It's good to see a friendly face.
You guys ask sometimes, like, why I still play this game. Fucking Malcolm Holmes. He literally came up out of nowhere and walked between me and a Deathclaw. Bro's a fucking badass. How have I got a 0 chance? Me talking with women? Look at him just walking away. Thanks, Malcolm. Appreciate you. Who the hell are these guys? When your Vegas becomes too modded and you don't know what's real anymore. There's so many people in here. This is so dope. I'm sorry, is there a cellar? I'm so dead. This is great. I don't know that Veronica's got this though. Oh yeah, she does. She's a top. Well, you know, I did say that I would be using energy weapons. Fucking Gatling laser. After planting the ballast on the bomber, I meet some unexpected guests. Oh, hell no. I love that they were just standing there waiting for me. Increased wasteland spawns, I was not expecting these guys to be here. But on the bright side, they're super chill as soon as you get underwater. So, here's my buddy Michael. Oh my god. No fucking way. With the Mirelurks taken care of thanks to the Gatling laser, I pulled off some shenanigans on the bomber itself and eventually returned to Pearl.
Hello.
One of the best ways to obtain early game experience in Freeside is to complete the quest for the king. So I kill Oris, chat with Julie Farkas, and fill Elizabeth in on the situation the kings are in. With the main man himself being absolutely stoked about the ordeal, I gained enough experience to put points into speech and sway Jessup to free the hostages, thus netting me some positive Great Khan reputation. At this point, I thought it would be a good idea to visit the Van Grafts. After all, they are the leading distributor of energy weapons into Vegas. Now armed with at least a little bit more ammo in my pack, I take off to start making my way to Red Rock Canyon. We need more ammo before we go this way. Let's go see our old friend Cliff Briscoe. Hopefully that wasn't driver in a 5, but I'm pretty sure it was. I just crippled the shit out of his head. It wasn't mangled, but I shot him straight in the head. Where the fuck is Queenie? Cook. Yes, nice. With having bought ammo from the Great Khan vendor, I end up crafting a bunch of microfusion cells before stepping outside into a bloodbath. Look at how much of a mess this is. Oh my god. There is so much expensive armor on the crowd right now. Chinese resistance fighter? What the fuck? Where did you get that from? What the fuck are you anymore? Dude, those trail carbines are brutal. Ow, ow, ow. Everybody in here has assault rifles. What vault are we on? We're on vault 57. Well, in Vegas, but I visit all the vaults. It hasn't even visited a single fucking vault in 4 hours and 30 minutes. But listen, look at how cute we are. Gooning is amazing, okay? Because I accidentally stumbled across the Gooning subreddit again for like the third time in my life. And it is truly art. Like, it's beautiful. So many cocks. Why are we talking about Gooning at 3:25 in the morning? What else do you talk about at 3:25 in the morning? Did that fucking guy have a missile launcher? Come on, Veronica, hang in there, buddy. Hang in there. This is wild. Oh.
I'm gonna blow you to pieces.
I'm gonna blow Veronica because wow, she's a tank.
Hey, you got a second?
Veronica, wow. When my screen's all fucking blurry like this, we're gonna have a heart-to-heart. I'm fucking concussed.
The Brotherhood is failing. I've always known that. If we don't change course, we're going to fall apart or fade away. But until recently, I haven't understood where we went wrong or how to fix it. I think I need to go home.
Don't sneak up on me like that. What do you want?
You look so hot with a beard. I really hope you forgive me.
That's it then. How did you know? I guess I shouldn't be surprised. It'd be like them to keep paperwork.
Hopefully Boone's more useful than Veronica. Not that I don't like Veronica because she said busted, but god damn, dude. Boone's topping everybody. Nice. I don't even get to see the fucking people and Boone just kills them. Dude, that reticle is amazing. Veronica, stop teabagging my cock. Oh my god, there's so many. Veronica really does thrive indoors. It does 2 through 3. God damn it, game. This is an awful game. I hate Fallout New Vegas. It's one of the worst games I think I've ever played in my entire life. But it has a cute robot in it. Oh, he's so adorable. He's also fully fucking decked out. I just want to point that out. Like, he's got so many bejazzles on him. Better than calling them bejizzles, am I right? Am I right, Veronica? To have this crew with me, I mean, dude, busted. Say it with me, Veronica.
Busted.
This is comical. What's wrong with saying that, like, I'm a Brotherhood of Steel Paladin, right? You know, like, look at this. I'm a proud...
But since you came in with Veronica, I'm inclined to cut you a little
with
slack.
Veronica. And Boone. Don't forget Boone. Boone is adorable. Imagine getting done with this dialogue and then they just shoot Boone. I haven't been minding energy weapons this much. Like, they've been okay. They're also really fucking weird. Like, they just make a bunch of pew-pew sounds. And I don't know how I feel about that, you know? Crit build is wild. But now that we have that third holotape, we can go back, actually go see McNamara, and then he'll send us on the mission to go catch up with all the scouts, which fortunately, a lot of those locations we already have discovered. Could you talk to me now? Please?
Hello, Veronica.
Oh, that's right, I'm not cool enough.
What do you want? And don't try anything funny.
What if I want to try something funny? Why are there death claws here? There's never death claws here. Please? And Grease Wasteland spawns is amazing. I love that so much. Butt shot. Okay, there are all the reports. Now we can go back. Now we can actually get the quest for the vault, guys. I know, kind of crazy. With all the report cards collected and Lorenzo telling me how good of a boy I am, I make my way to the first vault of the playthrough, Vault 11. This vault, like many others, has a sad story behind it. As you make your way inside, you can find a holotape that describes the last survivors of the vault, indicating that only 5 lived through whatever experiment Vault-Tec endorsed. Upon reading one of the terminals on the upper floor, we learned that being an overseer isn't all that it's cracked up to be, and that many people are afraid of becoming one for some mysterious reason. As I explore deeper into the vault, I find a terminal outlining the story of a woman who is sexually blackmailed into protecting her own husband. Various members of the security team had Catherine Stone perform sexual favors in exchange for preventing her husband from becoming overseer. When the security team failed to hold up their end of the bargain, Catherine slaughtered a majority of them and put the election on her head. Heading to the lower level, we continue exploring what remains of Vault 11. We will also be trying to pick up all the jumpsuits that we come across, because we know a lady that will like them. And all these rooms feel the exact same to me right now. Oh, there's a bunch of traps in here, I feel like. It also doesn't help that I'm looking for specific textures that are no longer in the game. We do have that rebreather, which is fantastic. And here's where we get the differential pressure controller for the Brotherhood. Yep, plenty of food here, which is amazing. At least they weren't starving in this vault, right? Or maybe they were, and that was one of the issues. Oh, you have 80 pounds of useless junk. It's not junk, it's treasure, okay? Now in the lower levels, we find a prepared speech that answers many of our questions. The writer essentially states that they need to continue to sacrifice people, as they have in the past, in order to prevent the destruction of the vault. Next to the speech and the podium, we find the password for the Overseer's terminal, allowing us to open up the sacrificial chamber below. I can remember the first time that I walked down this hallway and I was so, like, my butt was kind of clenched. It was scary. Please assume the position. Boone, are you ready?
Close your eyes now, and imagine what joys await you in the next life. The afterlife. Can you see them? Good.
Just pop every single chem imaginable. I don't know if my companions are really going to be able to survive this, but we'll give it a shot. Nice. The final pieces of information that we receive about Vault 11 can be summarized by stating the need for an annual sacrifice. Vault 11 aimed to determine how long it would take for the population to refuse further sacrifices, essentially a test of self-preservation versus morality. As I'm sure you've already found out by my murder montage, Vault 3 is full of fiends. Just by reading a few terminals, we can uncover the differing opinions on whether or not the dwellers wanted to open up the vault or to keep it closed to the outside world. Because of the existence of fiends and their prisoners, we can infer that the door was opened at some point, leaving the preserved space ripe for the taking.
Hey! Yeah, you! Come give us a hand!
What are you doing here, Rick?
We were part of a caravan heading into New Vegas from down south. They're holding us hostage, trying to get some ransom. Anyone willing to pay for us died in the attack. Once the fiends figured that out, we're as good as dead.
I'll see what I can do.
Thanks, partner. I think the fiend with the key is back in one of the bedrooms somewhere. Someone called him Daniel, if that helps.
I would actually like to know a little bit more about Vault 3.
I don't know much. Only that the people who lived in here originally were killed by the fiends. Carter there escaped and managed to explore for a bit. He hacked a password off of the computer and found the location of some guns. He was on his way to get them when the fiends caught him again.
Ooh, Boom, be very careful. There's a big boomy woomy. Back up, Boone, back up. Back up, back up. Alright, he didn't back up. That's his own damn fault. After things with Boone came to a climax, I found a ranger named Bryce Anders who had his leg shot by one of the fiends when he was attempting to take down Motor Runner, the fiend's leader. After convincing him that I'm more than capable of taking care of the job, I start looking for the key to rescue the prisoners.
Howdy.
How did he get out? Literally, it's still locked. I have no clue how he got out. There's Daniel.
Thanks for the help. We'll find our own way out.
Mopping up Motor Runner and grabbing the reverse pulse cleaner from the Brotherhood, I take care of any fiends that respawned outside before making my way over to Camp McCarran to grab the quest There Stands the Grass from Thomas Hildren. At this point, Chad convinced me to pick up a few more companions, including Arcade and Rex, before I made the trip to the northwest to get inside the vault. Oh my god, I love our little army here. This is so adorable. Veronica's just all the way in the back. I love this vault. This vault is my bitch. Since this vault has only recently become one of my favorites, I hadn't really spent too much time learning about what its purpose was. It turns out that it was a research facility used even before the war to develop crops. By improving a plant's resilience to insects, disease, and droughts, Vault-Tec aimed to end world hunger, or at least be in control of it. Unfortunately, one of the fungi that they were testing could also infect humans, thus turning them into these spore carriers. Many scientists died, and those who didn't escaped towards Zion, only to suffer a similar fate due to their ignorance and greed. What a gang just tearing everybody up. AER-14 Prototype, a unique laser rifle. You can actually access some of the data that the scientists collected for several of the people within the game, including Thomas Hildren and Veronica, but some people would definitely argue about the morals behind doing so. Did I just kill Killy? No fucking way. That's honestly funny, if anything, that I completely just shot in the dark.
I suppose the NCR sent you?
Yes, Angela Williams asked me to come find you.
She's such a dear. Not like that pompous little pedant she works for. Meet me on the second level, and I'll explain what needs to be done.
Vault 22 is always known for being a little bit of a maze, and one thing that I still seem to struggle with is trying to find the cartridge filters in the lower levels. But just know that you're looking for a shiny looking door that leads to a room with some lockers in the corner. How much of you guys want... Boone, what the fuck are you doing? After telling all my companions to wait on a different level, I ignite the gas for Keely, get after that Gulussi, and return to Angela to complete the quest There Stands the Grass.
Have you found all of the components yet?
Yes, they're all right here.
Really? I mean, that's great. I knew you could do it all along. I'll get right to work installing these.
Hello. Could you please direct me to Mistress Tabitha?
Rhonda? Is that you?
Actually, you want to tag along with me?
Anything's better than staying here. Let's go.
By rescuing Raoul and applying the transmitter on top of Black Mountain, I become an official member of the Mojave chapter of the Brotherhood of Steel before making my way over to Vault 19. Arguably one of the most forgotten vaults in Fallout New Vegas, Vault 19 is completely overrun by powdergangers and fire geckos. Fortunately, these powdergangers are a little bit more friendly than most, allowing us to get critical insight into the history of the vault.
Who the hell are you? I know you weren't one of the inmates. Heard there was an abandoned vault along this mountain ridge. and that the wildlife here had teeth big enough to keep the NCR away.
Do you know anything about this vault?
Some of the computers still work, but the only files are diaries and garbage. Typical vault.
Alright, well that didn't really give me a whole lot of lore, but that's okay. We'll look around for a little bit. We don't have a red key card yet. How do we get one of those? Kind of an interesting door system that's going to lock out all my companions. Alright, Rex, be real quiet. Good boy, good boy. Rex is the only one that was fast enough. He's just a zoomy boy. The majority of the lore that Vault 19 provides to the player can be found on terminals scattered throughout the facility. All of them are plagued by confusion, accusation, and general discord. It seems as though a doctor was performing experiments on the residents and treating them as though they were test subjects by making it seem like they were poisoning them via the air ventilation system and sedatives found in their office. Later on, we can even find a terminal that suggests that the Overseer is required to fake the medical records, encouraging paranoia to develop. In order to keep the vault running successfully, the reactor floor was fully staffed, self-sustained, and unaware of the experiment. Unfortunately, despite all this reading, there is very little information on what happened to those inside of Vault 19. Surely they went insane through all the tests, but it leaves many questions wondering what happened to its inhabitants. One could reasonably theorize that the sulfur caves below caused some sort of reaction to the fire geckos, or that the test subjects crafted explosives to escape the vault, but I unfortunately couldn't come to any one conclusion. Have I looked into the tri-beam laser rifle? I really haven't, but I probably should. Oh shit. My bad, folks, my bad. Then I attacked the army. Armory finally didn't need one. The population control. Activate pump station. With those pumps, that'll open the part that was flooded. That Overseer just stood there and took that. Alright, so we need to go to the reactor room then. Alright, now we go to the armory. Vault 34's experiment was that it had a well-stocked armory, many recreational activities, and little to no living space. As the population grew well past the vault's capacity, one group took off and became the boomers. Those who stayed eventually ran into overpopulation once again and ended up damaging the reactor in a rebellion against the Overseer. With all the more challenging vaults explored, the last vault that we have to check out actually has nothing hostile in it at all. Vault 21 can be found on the strip itself, and the manager Sarah welcomes you before striking up a good conversation.
Hi, I'm Sarah Weintraub. Welcome to the finest vault hotel in the whole world. I'll give you a quick tour of my home. Oh yeah, if you like.
Agreeing with Sarah's suggestion, she welcomes you to her home, or what's left of it. Sarah goes on to explain that Mr. House dumped cement in the lower levels of the vault when a team on his behalf won a game of cards. Vault 21 solved all of their problems by gambling, and the problem of them letting in outsiders was no different. What remains of the vault is a few bedrooms, a cafeteria with pre-war food, and a shop with vault-related items. Sarah, stop right there, darling. Do you actually have any vault gear?
Okay, I do, but who wants a lame sensor module or a nitrogen canister anyway? All the popular stuff has been sold, especially the vault suits. I need to find more because people buy them like hotcakes. Leather suits are good times.
Yeah, they are.
Thinking about that just blows my top.
You know, leather is my specialty. Unzip it, heat it, and rub a shine onto it.
Really? Well, I don't even know what to say to that.
Just don't say here, now. Don't want to get the patrons all riled up, do we?
Ha ha ha. Okay, why don't you help me out? And in the meantime, I'll think about where to take advantage of your skills.
After collecting 30 vault jumpsuits for Sarah, the courier can return back to her and satisfy her leather kink.
You're kicking me into gear, huh? Well, I think I'll drive my chassis over to your pad. Wait for me down there and don't forget the oil.
There's so many innuendos. Yeah, not complaining. Oh, don't mind if I do. Are we sleeping in separate beds? Is that what we're doing here?
Take a look at this. Oh, yeah, sure. Thank you so much.
Okay. Wow. That was So unbelievably worth it. Very enthusiastic about that whole process. Pretty sure I came at some point.